Doesn't Dave's hat make him look like Nardwaur? Nardwaur.
Who's Nardwaur?
Nardwaur.
Remember Nardwaur from Much Music?
Nardwaur. Nardwaur.
It was like a
cable.
character. You
You
didn't have cable,
Nardwaur either?
right?
Good. Only Rachel knows who Nardwaur.
I'm going to put it side by side of Dave and Nardwaur, and you'll see. Because he wore a hat just like that all the
That's
time.
a reference more obscure than Anana.
Lana Na. Everybody knows Lana Na.
No, I don't think they do.
If you took French in the
Lana
90s,
Na?
you know
What is-
Lana Na.
What is Lana now?
Tele français.
Tele
Français.
français. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Allô.
Salut.
Salut. Bam, bam. Tele français. Tele français.
We learn French from
Tele français.
I have
Pineapple
no idea what
Puppet.
that is.
That's why.
I recently looked that up on YouTube for some reason, and it is so creepy claymation. Like, it's very...
Those are puppets, I thought.
I know, but they look like clay. Anyway, they're
terrible.
very creepy. I don't know how we watched that, but we did.
Yep. That's why we still don't really know French.
That's exactly why.
Nardwaur.
That's better.
I'm going to
I
find the
don't
Nardwaur
know
theme
what
song.
that is.
No one knows what that is. All right. This, by the way, is Due to Underwhelming Demand, the podcast that is as Canadian as maple syrup. And bonus, hosted by 3 saps.
Saps. Yeah, you're welcome.
Sure. Happy Canada Day. We are Dave, Rachel, and Forman. This fine podcast, which is always available for sponsorship, by the way, is brought to you by Sparkle Princess Parties. We'll get to that in just a second. I want to let you know what's coming up because Rachel has to have a reservation, has to, or else. Foreman is a
keg
good
takes
idea,
those?
bad idea. Yeah. What's that?
The keg takes those?
Yep, they do.
Only reservations and only gift cards.
Yeah, whatever. Foreman has a good idea, bad idea for us. And I just want to talk about Canada Day. So that's all coming up. But let's talk about Sparkle Princess Parties.
Yes,
Okay.
she must be out today somewhere painting maple leaves on people's faces.
I hope so.
Sure, yeah.
I hope
If she
so.
ever good. Making you look like a beaver, making you look like a moose.
Yes.
Make
Anything
me-
can. You could look like
I
a
would
goose.
like her
a Canada
to make
goose.
Me, I would like her to make me look like a beaver.
I
Yes.
would like that too, actually.
I would love to see that.
Yes.
Mhm.
Foreman
Day.
dressed as a beaver for Groundhog Day. Remember that?
I sure did.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
that
sure
was
do.
a good time.
But the alternative to wearing a big, heavy mascot costume when it feels like 40-something degrees would be to just paint it on your face.
Sure.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
Abigale can do that. She is the owner of Sparkle Princess Parties, the owner and the operator, because she'll come to your party or your event or your, I don't know, maybe you're having an outdoor festival, whatever you're doing. And she'll do face painting. She'll do glitter tattoos. She's got hair tinsel. She'll come to your birthday party or themed party, whatever you're doing, with themed crafts and activities.
Imagine you're having a pool party in August and you need all the crafts, you need the entertainment, you need the fun. You don't want to be the entertainment and the fun and provide everything?
No.
Sure don't.
Yeah, that's what you want. As a parent, you don't want to have to do all that. You pay to go somewhere else. You pay so that they have to clean up and set out for you, and you don't have to clean up your house. It just makes
as
it a lot
parents
easier.
now, we don't want to do it.
Worth every
we don't-
penny.
Yeah,
we don't want to do
want
that.
a parent.
No.
Somebody else
We
should
don't
do
want
it
to
for us.
How many birthday parties have you thrown, Dave?
How many?
Yeah.
I don't.
Uh-huh.
I don't.
Okay.
It
I've had
hasn't
a
been
couple.
as easy as hiring Sparkle Princess parties.
That's right. She'll come and she'll get your kids all dolled up. And when we say face painting, we mean awesome face painting, like airbrush type quality face painting, not
The
just
only
your
way you'll know
run of
Dave
the mill.
isn't the beaver is that he's not eating wood.
Yep. That's
Okay.
how. Otherwise, you look
Indistinguishable.
at him and
Sure.
you go, "Wow, is that a beaver at my party?"
A real beaver.
Yes, it is. Holy cow! And he's wearing a Nardwaur hat. Wow.
What is Nardwaur? I don't even know what that is.
Somebody else has to remember Nardwaur. He was from Much Music. He had his own little shtick
Whatever.
there. Anyway.
Okay, stop it.
Okay, fine. With Rick the Temp, do you know Rick the Temp? Tell me you know Rick the Temp.
No.
Yes, you do.
No.
Yes, only because he's on CHFI now.
Oh, is he?
Yes, I think
Okay.
so. Or breakfast television, actually.
No,
I
I
think this is
think
his
he
gig.
did.
Shout out
no.
the Sparkle
Is he?
Princess parties because we've gotten off track.
Yes, Sparkle Princess parties. She's in Woodstock, but she'll go around the area. You can find her on Facebook and Instagram. Just look Sparkle Princess parties. I'll put her info in the show notes or at the bottom of the screen here. You can check it out.
All right, thank you for that, Nardwaur. I do like the name Nardwaur. I don't know what it means.
I
have
don't
no
either.
idea. So here we are. As we record this, it's a few days before, but as the podcast comes out, it happens to be Canada Day. So my question to the two of you, what are you doing for Canada Day? Forman?
Bitching about St. Thomas's celebrations.
Why?
Oh,
Are they not
I
good?
love that. I wasn't expecting that, but I'm in.
No.
Say more.
Because they change the location of which park they do all the celebrations, and it's a big to-do in St. Thomas. Like, they have lots of fun, lots of stuff to do, huge fireworks, anything you could want in a Canada Day town celebration that used to be within walking distance of our home, and now it's 15 minutes across town.
Oh, no.
And last year, trying to get out of the parking lot after the fireworks took about as long as the entire fireworks show.
That's annoying.
It just grinds my gears. It
Well,
was
happy
down
Canada
the
Day.
street.
You know what grinds my gears? Yeah.
Happy Canada
Well, that's
Day to
too bad,
Foreman.
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 No.
Well, they have fireworks in my town too, and my sister is coming to visit here. She's staying at my mom's house, who lives around the corner from me, and she arrives on Canada Day, her and her family. So we'll see them,
Okay.
and then we'll spend it with them. I think they get here
Okay.
early in the morning, and then
Is that Canadian though? What do you like?
What?
Don't you do something like, Canadian? Don't
we go to, like,
Don't
the-
you celebrate? Don't you put on a stupid shirt?
Yes.
yeah, we
Don't
all have
you-
Canada Day shirts. I just today actually bought new Canada Day shirts for my kids.
I'm
'cause
so
they've grown out of
surprised because
theirs.
you never ever do anything for any holiday
That is
other than
not
maybe a
true.
little bit for Christmas.
I do so much for Christmas. 1, 2, I do have Canada Day shirts, and I have for years.
Okay. So
So that's untrue.
What's your plan for Canada? What will you do then, Rachel?
I'm
on
gonna
Canada Day?
swim in my
like when you
pool.
get. Okay, well,
And in our
that's
town, they do a Canada Day bicycle parade. So you have to decorate your bicycle.
oh, do you have one?
Yes, I have a bicycle. And my bicycle's red, actually.
Are you
Oh, okay, so-
participating or
Mm.
Are you
The
already?
kids might
Are you
do
already
it.
working on that? Are you working
No.
on?
Well,
Why?
I just have Canada Day stuff. Like I have decor that I could stick on there.
Okay, so when you get up in the morning, do you have a Canadian breakfast?
Like
No,
with maple syrup?
Well, I don't
No.
know. Canadian bacon. I don't know.
No.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'll eat the
maple
maple syrup I made
Yeah, maple syrup.
That's
with-
very Canadian of you.
with blueberry pancakes, and the blueberries are from Nova Scotia.
Sure.
Oh,
I mean,
that's
yeah,
okay.
we
I
might
like
make
that.
some sausages and eggs and bacon, and I don't know.
You don't, but you have no plans.
No, I don't know what I'm going to do. That's
Pull out
days
that
away.
bag of Canadian stuff
Days
from
away. It's only-
Dollarama.
It's not days away. It's less than a week. It's not days away. It's today.
It is
here
Well,
today.
for this pod, yeah. On
Yes.
the day this comes out. I don't know. Why? What are you
I
going to
feel-
do, Dave?
Yes, I feel like we're building to Dave's
Yes.
grand Canada
your
Day
grand
celebration.
plan?
Well, we always do that. I mean, every year we try to do something a little different because, and I don't really have to worry about going to work, but other people in my family apparently do.
I
Canada
thought
Day.
everything was closed.
Yes, but this weekend or this Canada Day, which is on a Tuesday,
Yeah.
that means if you're lucky or if you can take Monday off or whatever,
I did.
depending, you get an extra long weekend.
4
So
days.
you get an extra long
Okay.
weekend for Canada Day. And my wife, God bless my wife, I am with my wife. I love the fact that she plans ahead for stuff like this.
Of
She
course.
looks at Canada Day and says, what will I do this year?
Hmm.
So she's working on a menu of Canadian foods for 3-4 days.
Wow.
We'll do a night with poutine. We'll do it. Just that's why I'm asking. What are you doing for Canada Day? How do you celebrate Canada Day? Do you really get into it
No.
Or do you do
Well, I
like,
mean,
or are you like
I go
Rachel?
to
And
the
you just
activities.
go, well, that's sort of a day.
Okay, but your wife is planning all that. What are you doing? What are
I'm
you
helping
going to be
her.
Doing? You're
I
not
help her.
helping.
You know,
There's
I was
no
outside.
way you're helping.
You know what I was doing today? I was outside decorating.
Wow.
okay,
How much
I'm
decorating
surprised.
are you doing?
Not anything yet. No.
How much
On
will
June
you
30th, I'll pull out my Canada Day stuff. That's what I do for Halloween. Although my kids have been at me to get better Halloween decorations. So every year we've added to it a little more and gotten better
do?
stuff. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
You need the inflatable. Do you remember the whole Embro inflatable Santa Claus thing?
Yes.
Yes.
How we actually discussed how all those Santas from Home Hardware, very Canadian, all came with a maple leaf on
Yes.
Santa's chest.
Right.
How
Yes.
They had better be out today.
Yes.
Yeah. Are they going to be? I
Absolutely.
wonder.
I would
We
put
need an
them out.
update on that.
Yes.
We saw,
Okay.
actually, we were out shopping for more Canada Day decorations today.
Oh.
And saw an inflatable Canadian flag, which I loved.
Like the whole
Okay.
flag or the leaf?
It's the leaf, but
Yeah.
it's an inflatable.
That's
Like you-
cool.
Wasn't one of
Yeah.
you against inflatables? You didn't love them?
At one point, we weren't, but now we're all over them. We love
Okay.
them. We love them.
Yes.
Anyway, I want this thing. I don't want to pay what they want to charge me.
No.
I-
Get it on
I-
sale on
well,
July 2nd.
It
for
might
next
be
year.
going. It might be going up next year.
Yes,
That's
that's
the problem.
fine.
That's the problem.
That's the way to do it. Get a good
Yeah.
sale on those things for next year.
Okay.
And then what are you eating? You're eating Canadian bacon? You're eating maple syrup?
I think usually, and I want to preface this by saying, I think you know Forman, but I know Rachel does. I had never, until about 10 years ago, I'd never had poutine in my life. Never.
Which
Yeah.
is insane.
And s'mores.
Insane.
You hadn't had poutine or s'mores.
Well,
Right.
S'mores aren't necessarily Canadian,
S'mores I
but-
can still do without. I tried s'mores once and went, yeah, I don't get it. I don't get s'mores.
Right.
Poutine I
You're
get.
not a marshmallow fan.
No, I don't like marshmallows. But I get poutine. I like poutine. So usually, yeah, poutine on Canada Day for sure. There will likely be burgers involved because I still think burgers are very Canadian.
Yeah.
Depending on how you do them. Probably.
You know what
maybe-
I got from Loblaws?
You got something. Wow.
Yeah, I got
What?
burgers that were Donair burgers. Now that's Canadian. And they're delicious.
Oh, I don't
It's
know.
basically, Donairs from out east. Did you have Donairs?
No, I don't know
when
what
you
a
were those?
donair is.
Oh, yeah.
I have
Well,
no
it's
idea.
like the sauce essentially makes it
Quite
a donair,
literally
right?
the official food of Halifax.
Is
oh,
it?
really?
Yes.
So it's
Oh,
like
I
a
thought it was
special
clam chowder
way
when
that
I
they
was
make
out there.
meat,
I
isn't
don't-
it? Like the meat is beef, isn't it?
No,
Anyway.
it's like lamb or what is like shaved.
Oh,
It's
okay.
on a spit.
Oh, yeah, it's
And they
shaved
shave
lamb.
it off, and then they have some kind of condensed milk sauce you put on there with some onions.
So the
and-
sauce, it comes with the sauce, and it was
Yeah.
the special burger, I guess, with the sauce, and you put the sauce on, and it was expensive. You only get 4 of them for like $15, but
Wow.
they're good. They
I'm
were
not
really good.
eating. I'm not eating little lambs. Sorry, I can't.
You
do
should make some
that.
donairs.
I can't do that. I can't eat a lamb. No.
I don't even know what kind of meat it is. I thought it was beef.
Yeah, no, you're eating
I
little
don't-
baby lambs.
Well,
No, it can't. It's seasoned ground beef that is formed into a cone shape and cooked on a vertical
Oh, okay.
rotisserie.
Now we're talking.
Then shaved off in thin slices for use in donairs.
okay.
Okay, now you're talking.
There you go.
All right, I will look that up. That seems very Canadian.
That
I
is
might-
a very Canadian thing.
We
That's a new
might
thing
try
they have
that.
this
Never
year at the
had
grocery.
it. Never had it. I
Yeah.
might try that.
Okay.
It's
Thanks,
a good
Forman.
idea. What's
Happy
for
Canada
dessert?
Day.
What's for dessert? Because an awful lot of people could not recognize a trivia question I used on the radio last week.
Butter tarts.
Wafer, coconut, custard, and chocolate are the layers of what popular Canadian named dessert?
Wafers,
I think it's a
coconut,
Nanaimo bar.
custard, and chocolate.
It's a Nanaimo bar.
Oh, Nanaimo. Yeah.
Actually, Forman, I put an order in at the mill for the Forman special. The Canada
nice.
Day. That's what I'm having.
Canada Day, Foreman's Canada Day box of something.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
Rachel.
I might have to go up there then.
yeah.
That's a long drive for me.
They'll be gone, Rachel.
Yeah, they
nice
probably,
try.
by the time I get there on July 2nd.
Yeah.
they'll
Plan
be-
ahead. Happy Canada Day. This is Due to Underwhelming Demand. We're Dave, Rachel, and Forman. This is the podcast that's as Canadian as poutine and probably just as good for you.
Full of fat.
Don't know about that. I didn't say that. Anyway, by the way, don't forget about our website, underwhelming.ca. If you're interested or know somebody that wants to sponsor this fine podcast, go straight to our website. You'll find out how. And you can also contact us there, or, daverachelforman@gmail.com.
Yeah, please go to our website. We've put a lot of work into that, so we would love for you to see it. And you can sign up for our newsletter while you're there as well.
Sure.
That goes out once a week.
Yep.
New episodes, some exclusive content sometimes, right to your inbox.
Yeah.
Which also I put a lot of work into, so
Of course you did.
please go there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, something I also put work into is booking reservations at restaurants. Every time we go to a restaurant, I have to book a reservation. And recently I was going to a restaurant that didn't take reservations. And Jeremy looked ahead of time and he said, they don't take reservations. I think he might have called them and they're like, no, they wouldn't take one.
Mm-hmm.
So I really had to think for a day whether I wanted to go there.
Think for a day.
But I hadn't gone to this one and I really wanted to go.
And?
So we did go. And we lucked out that there was no lineup when we arrived, which was like on a Friday or Saturday maybe at 6. So it was a busy time. But that day we lucked out. There was no lineup to get in. So that was good. But there have been so many times where I try to go to a restaurant and we don't have a reservation. Maybe we're with friends and they planned it. They didn't book a reservation or something. Or we're just out and we need to go eat somewhere and we go in. No, it's going to be a 45-minute wait. I'm like, I'm hungry now. I don't want to wait 45 minutes.
Okay.
Right? I'm going to go somewhere else because there's a whole bunch of other restaurants around
Let me stop you.
that I could go to that will take reservations.
Okay. First of all, if a restaurant doesn't take reservations, I like that restaurant. There's something about that restaurant that appeals to me.
Why?
Because they don't need to take reservations.
And I don't want to have to make one.
They don't need to take reservations because they're busy.
Mm-hmm.
And B, and you take this any way you want, I feel like if I owned a restaurant, the first thing I wouldn't do is take a reservation. And the reason I wouldn't take a reservation is because unless well, there's always a caveat.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not taking reservations because I think that probably if you take reservations, 75% of the people that book a reservation actually show up. The other 25 don't.
I don't think that's
Therefore,
true.
I got 25% of my restaurant that I had set aside for you goofballs that have to have a reservation, and you don't show, and you don't call. You never call to cancel.
I would call to cancel.
Maybe you do. When was the last time you canceled a reservation? Bet you do it all the time.
No, I
You
don't.
got kids.
If we go, if we've planned it, we're going.
What if you got a sick kid?
Then I would have to call and cancel.
Yeah, of course.
But now it's so easy to make a reservation on Open Table. You just get the app, you book, you find your restaurant.
I'm not on Open Table. I don't need to be. I don't need to be on Open Table.
I would argue that restaurants that are very busy have to take reservations.
Absolutely
not. And some are booked months in advance if they're that busy. You can't get a table at these places.
Well,
if they're that good.
Yeah,
if you're an exclusive restaurant that everybody needs to go to, yeah, maybe you probably take reservations. But I can tell you there's at least 2, maybe 3 restaurants that I frequent where they don't take reservations. I know they don't. The one restaurant I eat at all the time. And the phone constantly rings and they constantly say, we don't take reservations, because that's what people want.
Why don't they take reservations? What is the reason?
Because they don't need to, and because you'll cancel. They don't need.
I don't think people are. I'm not canceling. That's for sure. If I'm making a reservation, I'm going out.
I've heard stories. Let me put it to you this way.
And I'm only going to places with reservations because I hate having to go somewhere. Yeah, I know I can get a drink at the bar or whatever, but I'm.
What do you think the bar is for? Go sit at the
But
bar.
I'm
Go
typically
enjoy
driving.
yourself.
I'm only going to have one, so if I have one at the bar, I'm not having one at my table.
You get an appetizer if you're hungry. You can go. I am always
I'm
happy
just
to walk
so
into a
annoyed
place.
that they're not taking reservations. I don't want to
Why?
have to go and I want to know that I have a seat. If there isn't a seat, I'm going to leave. I guess they
You
don't
just-
care about
You
that.
can't live by the seat of your pants.
Well, sometimes I can, and
No,
we
you
have,
can't.
obviously, because I
no.
went to that other one. But
Yeah.
I hate that they don't take reservation. I just, if there is a lineup and I have to wait more than like 20 minutes or something, I'm not waiting.
Oh,
I'm
no,
not going to
absolutely
wait.
not. No, not a chance.
I'll tell
Do
you
you
what.
make reservations? And if not, will you wait? And for how long?
Okay.
Yeah.
I have
leave
waited.
us a comment. Let us know for sure. Send us an
Yeah,
email.
Let us know. I have waited the longest I think I've ever waited when I didn't have a reservation. When they said, "Oh, it's going to be, it could be an hour, maybe even longer." I'm like, "Okay, can I go to the bar?" Yeah, go to the bar. So I just go to the bar, and I think the longest might have been 30 to over 30 minutes, but most of the time,
Oh, I've waited at least an hour.
I've
many
never had
times.
that. Ever.
Ooh.
I've never had
Yeah.
that.
But that's
Never.
typically when we're with a group of friends and one
If
person
you're-
has
yeah,
been in
so if
charge
you have a large
and they
party-
did not make a reservation
If
for
you
a
have
large party, which
if
is
you
so
have a large
stupid.
party. Yeah, that's
You
the way-
have to
Look,
have a
I
reservation.
I have good friends, and they like to make reservations, and that's their thing. I get it, but my thing is people that make reservations, I don't think really care. They don't care about the restaurant. They don't care if something comes up and you can't. You're a sick child or something happens or whatever. The last thing you're going to do is call the restaurant and cancel because
I mean,
it's
if
not
it's
on
a
your
real
mind.
emergency, I guess
Yeah,
not.
it's
but
not on your mind.
they're probably only
It's
holding the
not
table
there.
for 10
So
or
I'll tell you
15
what,
minutes anyway. If
I'll
you
tell
don't
you
show
what,
up in that time, they're going to release it.
The only way I'm taking a reservation from you, Rachel, is if I can have your credit card number.
Oh, my God. What are you going to charge me for?
I don't know. I'll charge you.
A no-show fee like
Yeah.
they're going to start doing in Quebec July 17th.
See?
That's a thing?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a
For
thing.
reservations?
There's
Of
one
course.
steakhouse in Montreal that says they'll get sometimes 15 no-shows of 2 or more customers a day.
See?
No-shows. And so...
See?
Oh, God.
And he
See.
doesn't
Well, you're
think the
making
new
us all look
fee is going to
bad.
be high enough because the new
See.
fee is $10 a person for no-shows. Starting July 17th anywhere in Quebec, but that restaurant owner actually wants it to be $20.
Yeah, I don't blame them. You're
Can't
costing
they
them
just
money.
say we're releasing the table if you don't show up right on time? Like, you're done, we're going to give it to the next person?
No, but then you pissed off someone waiting at the door that they didn't have to wait, shouldn't have had to wait because you weren't going to
Well,
come.
it's a double-edged sword because if I'm waiting at the door because you've taken reservations, then I'm mad. If I'm waiting at the door because you haven't taken reservations, then I'm also mad.
I've waved at you from the bar where I'm having a drink and I'm having a nice time. I don't care.
No,
Whenever.
I need a reservation.
Well, my
Yeah.
kids aren't sitting at
Absolutely.
the bar with me.
No. They're causing so much trouble. Yeah. We need a table
Yeah.
in the dining room,
You
please.
just need to relax.
I need a
Come on.
booth to contain them.
Yes, and it has to be a booth,
Yeah.
not a high table
I'll
with
bet
chairs.
they
No.
Oh,
take.
God.
I'll bet they take reservations at the keg.
They sure do, Dave.
Of
They
course.
sure do.
Of course. They do. This is due to underwhelming demand. It's a podcast. It's the podcast that's as Canadian as Eugene Levy's eyebrows, just not as beloved.
Not quite.
The podcast
right?
isn't quite as beloved. No, you're
No,
right. Yeah.
not
Yeah.
like those eyebrows.
That's a high
Iconic.
brow
That's
to
a
meet.
highbrow.
Ah,
yes,
very
yes.
good.
Very high. Very high.
You're making the face of the dog in that meme. That you always do.
Oh, I sent that to my
Uh-huh.
my new boss the other day, and she
Uh-huh.
hated it. And I'm
Yeah, I
like,
bet she did.
get with the program. This is the best meme there is or
I will
ever
be
will
sending
be.
this to you once a week.
And I sent it again. Yes.
That dog.
I gotta find that.
Which you could judge on whether or not that's a good or bad idea, which is like what I would like to do now.
It's time for another good idea, bad idea.
Okay, good idea, bad idea. Very good.
Actually, briefly, because of our last discussion, we'd like to start with the should you be allowed to charge people for a no-show reservation?
That's a good idea.
I actually do think that's a good idea because
Of
I think
course.
it's rude that you haven't shown up.
Yeah.
So, starting July 17th in all of Quebec, Restaurants will be able to charge up to $10 a person for no shows, but only if the reservation is for 5 people or more.
Okay.
However, restaurateurs will not be allowed to charge the fee if at least one member of the group shows up to eat. So if you
Fair.
booked for 6 people and all 5 of them can't come, so you come by yourself, nobody's getting charged $10.
There you go.
I don't know
You
about
look,
that part of it.
Okay. Well, so you would have made $60, and then
Yeah,
does one
I
person
charged them
eat
all.
that much? I don't know.
Probably not. But
Okay.
And how you collect that money, I don't know.
well, one person's
Maybe you
going to
take
take
credit
a,
cards like Dave would take mine.
Right.
well,
Maybe that's
Yeah,
what
they
you
would
do.
have to be in order to book the reservation. You got to leave them your card. Yeah.
Right.
well, one person's going to
I
take
think
up a
it's rude to
table,
bail
whether
on that.
they're
All
still
right.
taking up a table. So
Sure.
if they show and they take up a table, they're still not going to give you the. I don't know.
All right. I'd say good idea.
It's a good idea to charge.
Yeah, I think you should. Why not? Just,
fair.
it'll become
That
normal.
we're all
just,
in agreement.
yeah.
How'd that happen?
I don't know.
Even if you use an app like Open Table, just if they have your credit card, it's gonna get charged if you are
If
a
you're on the
no-show.
app, it's so easy to cancel it. Like it goes to your calendar. It's like you get reminders. Like it's so easy.
Okay, well, good idea.
Good
All right.
idea.
Okay.
Good idea.
How about this? Construction is starting this fall. It will be open next spring. It is Costco, but without pretty much everything. No hot dogs, no stuff, no carts, none of that nonsense. It's Costco's first ever standalone gas station.
Oh, I heard about that.
Good idea.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
The only
Good
thing
idea.
Mission Viejo Costco in California will sell is gasoline.
Yeah.
Good idea.
And cheap
How
gasoline,
about
too.
propane? Can you fill up your propane, I wonder?
No.
Because
No,
that's
I
not
think
in the same
gasoline.
spot usually, is it? Just
No, I don't think you want gasoline and propane in the same spots, Rachel.
You don't?
I feel
Well,
like,
I
most
don't
gas
know.
stations do sell both, but
yeah, I guess.
they keep them in a separate area.
at Costco, they're not. The propane's
not
usually
close.
near the mechanic.
Depending on the
area.
location, do you have to go to the propane first and then go inside, or do you have to go inside first and then go to the
Oh,
propane?
it's awful. I don't
Who
even
knows?
want to have to
It's
figure
different
that
at
out
every
when I go.
location because
Exactly.
they hate you.
Oh, fun fact, Dave. I went to Costco on Saturday. This past Saturday, and it was like
On a
not busy
Saturday.
at all. I couldn't believe
That's
it.
a bad idea.
I
Don't
know.
go.
I knew it was a bad idea. As I was going there, I'm like, but I have to go. I got to return something and get something else. And then I got there, and we easily parked in the very first row, like no trouble getting a spot. It was like deader than it usually is during the week, but it was
that's fine.
late afternoon on a Saturday. And so I think the busy part had ended, and people
I would
were all home.
never, ever set foot in a Costco late Saturday afternoon. So
Well,
good
it
for
was
you.
not busy.
I wouldn't. I would never go
It
near
was
a
less
Costco.
busy than when I go on like Tuesday mornings.
I would never go near a Costco.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Late
Don't let
on a
that fool
Saturday
you. That's
afternoon.
still a bad
That takes
idea.
guts. And I would never, ever, ever, because I hate the South London Costco. I wouldn't go to it first thing in the morning any day of the week.
The
I
South
hate it out
Costco, you
there.
wouldn't go? Why?
Oh, I hate it there. I just
the
hate
South
it.
London
Because
Costco.
it's opposite.
Well,
It's not only
is it?
opposite.
I
it's
never go
just,
to the North one.
There's just nothing about it makes sense. Nothing's organized.
By
nothing-
design.
That's
By
how we all felt
design.
when they opened it. It was very confusing. You couldn't
Yeah,
find
nothing
anything
makes
for a long
sense
time.
out there.
So I'm skeptical of the first standalone gas station. However, how many? I don't go to Costco because I hate it. How many pumps are at a typical Costco gas station right now?
Oh, I can tell
3.
you there.
Oh,
are.
well, there's 3 in a row, and then there's like I don't know,
There's
at
2
least
rows.
At least 5 rows.
So 4.
I would say
eight,
at minimum 15.
I think 12.
South?
I could be wrong. It could be
6,
16.
9, 12.
There
I
might be
think
more than
12.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong because there's 2 on either side, right? So there's 2 on the left, 2 on the right,
Yeah.
2 on the left, 2 on the right.
Oh, right.
I'm
There's
going to
2 on each
say
side.
I
Yeah, I don't
think
know.
it's either 12
Probably
or
12.
16 at the one in the north end, but I'm just off on how many.
I think there's
are
more
there.
than that. It's the south.
Well,
end.
you have 3. You said they.
So
that
it's
they're-
3 in a row, and then
I would
there's like
hate that.
I think 5 or 6 like aisles, like rows.
They have 3.
But then,
so
yeah,
3
you're right. There's
cars
one on
can
each
gas
side.
up at the same time. How does anybody negotiate?
3 in a row.
We at the North End Costco, we can't negotiate 2 people doing it.
What?
How are you possibly doing 3?
Well, you have 3 in a row, and then so sometimes you have to pull up, and like the middle one's open, so you have to kind of pull up and like parallel park a little bit. Yeah,
that would.
But it's
suck.
big enough.
Most
It's
gas
big enough.
stations are like that, though. They have 2 rows of 3 each.
Do they?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
I'm-
Anyway,
I'm used
South
to
has
2.
3.
I mean, when you have 2, it's very
I'm all
easy.
about the Costco gas. It's so much cheaper. It makes everybody else around them be cheaper. So I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. Well, this new one will have 40.
40
gas
pumps.
pumps.
40 pumps.
Okay.
And nothing else. No, there's nothing
Just
there but the
40
gas pump.
pumps in a field.
I'm in favor of that. I like it. Sure.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's
Yes,
a great
I
idea.
would go there.
I
They'll
mean,
be
I
busy.
can't possibly imagine you ever having to wait for a pump if there's 40.
No, like a normal,
I don't know.
like a truck
I don't-
stop doesn't even have 40.
No, it doesn't.
I
Truck
think
stops don't have that many.
depends on the time of day you're going to be waiting. I've been in lineups at the Costco gas pump
But that's for
before.
40
Usually
pumps?
4 or 5 deep, and it's not fun because
Oh.
most people don't know what they're doing.
No.
Most
Yeah.
people get up there and they've got,
Sure.
oh, do I need my Costco card? Do I
Yes.
need my debit card? Do I
Yeah.
need, it's just crazy.
That's me getting propane at Costco. I
Yeah.
don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Exactly. And they don't want you to know, and
They
it's
don't want
different
you to
depending
know.
on location
Yes,
by design.
true. It's
I
true.
don't know that that's true. I
Is
think
this
it's
gas
very-
station going to be near a Costco, or is it just like
No, I don't
not
think
even
so.
close to
Not
one?
even
Just
close.
its own-
So you're
entirely
just
its own.
assuming all those people in that area have a Costco card.
You would
I
have
guess.
to.
Yes, you
You'd
need a
have
Costco card to go, so you can't
Yeah.
go if you don't.
No,
Yeah.
there's no return desk to sign up for one.
No.
God,
No.
there better not be.
No,
40 pumps, nothing else. Get out.
right.
Well,
Yeah,
here's the thing.
That's good. I think that's a great idea.
I learned a long time ago that the Costco in the North End, they open at 6:30 a.m. Fun fact, they open way earlier than that. I don't know what time. I think the earliest I've ever got there is like 6:15, and they're always open. And the only thing
seniors
that
would
annoys,
know that.
huh? Yeah, because I'm up early. But I get into my line. I go into a line on my own. I don't want to be bothered. And the most annoying thing to me is when there's hardly anybody there.
Mm-hmm.
Why would anybody come behind me? Why are you in my lane?
Because it's open and they're not in front
Find
of
another lane. Don't come near me. Stay away.
Are you
I
in
don't
the
want
very
you
middle?
around.
Because everybody just goes to the middle.
No, I always go to the end because I want to be left
Oh.
alone.
I want to be the first one out at the
Yes.
farthest end.
Yes, I don't want anyone near me. Nothing annoys me more than when there's hardly anybody there. Somebody shows up behind me. I literally swear at them
Not,
before they,
but only in your car.
before they get out of their car.
Right. Okay.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Not
You
in
would
their
get-
face.
You wouldn't be
No.
caught dead if they could overhear you. That's
No,
No.
God.
No,
I
I'm
think I
kidding.
would be dead if they could overhear me. Yes.
a bad idea.
Bad idea to swear at the person behind you at the gas pump.
This is due to Underwhelming Demand. It's a podcast. Of course it is. And we are Dave, Rachel, and Forman. Thank you to Sparkle Princess Parties once again for sponsoring this high-quality podcast. If you would like to be a part of this podcast, get your business, whatever it is you do, advertised to a very exclusive and very attentive audience. We're here for you.
We're here for you. Yeah.
That's why we're here.
Yes.
That is why we're here. Prices start at $75 an episode, and we, you know what I'm told? We have, I do know that we have 1,000 downloads per episode on average, and I am told that is in like the top 1 to 5% of podcasts in the world. And somebody just told me that this morning, a podcast expert. Yeah, he's like, wow, you guys are doing good. I'm like, well,
Okay.
That's a guy
need
who
to sell it.
studies podcasts.
Wow.
yes. So if you would like to get in on that, You can email us, daverachelforman@gmail.com. You can go to our website, underwhelming.ca. While you're there, sign up for our newsletter. You can buy us a coffee if you don't want to sponsor. You buy us a coffee for $5. You can send us a message. Send us a voice note. Be part of the show.
Yes.
We love hearing from you. We want you to be part of the show. And you can do that on our website, underwhelming.ca.
Yeah,
Okay,
we're nearly 5,000 downloads in the last 30 days, and we're nearly 150,000 downloads total.
I know. I can't believe
Whoa.
we're almost at 150.
Yeah,
Well,
that's incredible.
That's
impre-
crazy.
I'm even impressed, and I don't impress easily. That's
Who
a fact.
doesn't want
Well,
that
that's fair.
audience
That's
for
fair.
your business or service?
Absolutely. They're loyal
right.
to us. They're loyal to you.
Exactly. And some of this audience even is so loyal, they've gone out of their way to not only listen to Country 104, where we're number one for new country,
Yes, Foreman.
And Forman does the afternoon show.
103.9 in southwestern Ontario, and available on iHeartRadio anywhere, including Nova Scotia.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Good.
Yes, but they also sometimes participate in contests on said radio station.
Oh, fun.
And then when we get into phone conversations like this, it with Sherry from Granton.
Oh.
No, Granton, which is
It's
near
near
the Twin,
Ilderton.
near Ilderton, near the Twin Cities. Near
It is close to the Twin Cities of Kirkton and Woodham.
Yes.
Kirkton and Woodham.
Or,
yes.
depending on which way you're going, Woodham and Kirkton.
Sure.
and,
Yeah.
and St. Mary's.
Okay.
Yes, I know Brian from St. Mary's.
You know Brian?
Yes, you know what's actually really funny? So I went to public school with Ian and high school with Rachel.
That's hilarious.
Fun fact, yes. I was actually listening to the podcast right now when my phone rang.
Oh,
I know everything about you.
oh my God, that's so funny.
And I went to the live show, and that's the last time I saw Brian there.
Oh gosh, Sherry,
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope we talked or something then, did
Well, I actually don't know. I was talking to Rachel, but Melissa V, she's my best friend. So I know you guys were talking, and I was standing with her when she was getting ready to do your pictures.
Yeah, Melissa V Photography.
Melissa V Photography. I know
nice.
Sherry. I know who you're talking to. Yes, I went to high school with Sherry and Forman's friend Ian, who also works in radio, Forman and I were both in college with, actually. So I know Sherry. Of
Another
course I know
radio
Sherry.
person that you guys all know. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course I know Sherry. Yeah, we're the same age, went to school together all through high school, and I did see her at the live show, and I was talking to her. Of course.
Yeah. And then I interrupted her listening to this in order to play a game, and now she got free tickets to see Dasha at London Music Hall.
Oh,
Oh,
fun.
good for her.
Okay, great. Well, that's good. Thank you,
Yes.
Sherry. That's so nice. I'm glad I'm glad you found where Forman is now, too.
Yes, same. And Joanne's always been here. She's left a comment on Spotify. Hershey Lady, Joanne.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes, Joanne. Yes.
Yes. She says, "Hi, Dave, Rachel, and Forman. I've listened to every one of your episodes, and I must say, this one was one of the funniest. It was the one about, oh gosh, episode 129. What happened on that one?
Okay, let me look it up.
entitled Swingin' Party, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right. That was
Rachel
about my
went to
sex toy party.
Yeah, the sex toy party.
Sex toy party. That's
And your new pest, Forman's new pest, and Dave
yes.
got sick again.
Yeah, Dave's
Yeah.
always sick.
Dave got
Yeah.
sick. Yeah, anyway, so that was one of the funniest, says
Okay.
Joanne. Thanks for making me laugh. You guys are not only the best, but you're such wonderful people, all with such a great sense of humor. You're doing now what you were always meant to do, make people smile. Thank you.
Oh, well.
Thank you.
That's
I almost called her
kind.
Sherry, but I mean Joanne. Thank you, Joanne. That's so nice.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
thank you.
Yeah.
And also on Spotify, also on the same episode, Megan has commented
Okay.
that my sister and I often gift each other dick-themed items for any occasion. Just like
Well, I have a
before
few
you
that
continue,
you could check out. Actually, I have a few that I've
good.
learned of that you could
you flagged.
you could add to your list.
Yes.
I'll flag them for you.
Just before I continue reading that, though, imagine giving a dick-themed anything to your own sister.
I can't.
I think
No,
I don't
it would
think
be
it's a good idea.
hilarious,
It would
actually.
be a bad idea for me.
Yes,
I think.
you have one. I have two sisters, and
Yeah.
neither one of them have ever or will ever get anything.
No,
I've
anything
never
along
dick
those
given
lines.
one to my sister, but if I gave one to my sister and or my mom, that would be hysterically funny to me. That would be so funny.
Well, I'll tell you
would-
what you do. You give your sister and your mom a dick-themed gift on behalf of Forman and I, because we're not giving one to our
From
sisters.
you. Yeah.
No.
Yes.
I'll say love Dave
Yeah,
and
love
Forman.
David
Yeah.
Forman. Make sure it's dick-themed. We don't care. You know.
I'm going to get the decanter. The dick
What?
canter.
The dick canter.
Oh, the
Yeah,
dick
remember that
canter.
one? Yeah.
Okay,
Find
sure.
that.
Good idea.
Well, Megan does go on to say that the only rule is it can't be an actual toy.
Okay. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
That's
This
fair enough.
started when one year for
There
Christmas.
are enough of them, I can tell you that. There are enough items.
Yeah. It started when one year for Christmas we both unknowingly gave each other a gift in that theme.
Okay.
She got me a plushie and I got her a coloring book.
Oh my gosh. That's very funny.
It is now getting increasingly harder, pun intended, to find gifts of this nature. So thank you for the new ideas, Rachel.
You're welcome.
I hope they open all those gifts in front of a big family around the Christmas
I do too.
tree.
That's very funny.
Absolutely.
Yes.
P.S. I just know this comment will get read on this podcast.
I hope so.
And
Yeah.
I couldn't let this comment not get posted, though. So
I am so sorry that we left it till the end. I wish that we'd started with that.
we'll start the next one with the same
Maybe
comment.
the next
Same
time.
comment, yeah.
Yes. Let's do an entire dick-themed podcast.
Yes.
I'm down.
July 8th is dick themed.
It was kind of episode 129 was kind of that though.